Hello one and all, and welcome to this month's Pride special. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the land that we are playing on today. We are in Meanjin, on the land of the Jagera and the Turrbal people. I would like to recognise their deep connection to land and to water, and also to appreciate the cultural significance of storytelling, a tradition that has gone back 70,000 years. I would also like to pay my respects to elders past and present. I'd also like to extend a particular welcome today to any lesbian, gay, bi, trans, non-binary, intersex, queer, questioning, or ace people in the audience. It's Pride Month and we are here to revel in the incredible diversity of the queer community and the ways our differences make the world a richer place. You are welcome, you are wanted, and you are wonderful. And what better way to celebrate our very existence than by playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians, great name, created by April Kit Walsh. My name is Regan, Ainslie, and I will be the Gaymaster for this session. And playing today, we have
Claire, Ebony,
and Winter.
And Winter has stepped in last minute, so thank you so much for jumping on board and doing this today.
So excited.
Welcome. My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Now, Thirsty Sword Lesbians is obviously quite different from our usual path settings, both in game mechanics and in vibe. It's built off the Powered by the Apocalypse framework. So for anyone familiar with Apocalypse World, Monster of the Week, Dungeon World, Monster Hearts, etc., you should be able to pick up what's happening fairly easily. If you would like a more in-depth introduction to Thirsty Sword Lesbians, though, I quite like this little short video here, or maybe it's down here. I don't know. We'll figure that out in post. But otherwise, all you really need to know is that this game is built off the following assumptions directly from the book. The world is magical. Romance will likely feature in the story. Everyone has a sword, and lesbians are centered. And the game encourages you to feel deeply, powerfully, and often. The last thing I want to talk about before we jump into the game is we'll be using the X card tool for this session. So if you do anything that I don't like, I will hold this up and you will be forced to leave. No. While not strictly a new concept, I find Thirsty Sword Lesbian highlights player safety in a really lovely way in their rulebook. They talk you through creating what they call a palette of ideas, which is a brainstorming session that we would normally have in session 0 of things you'd like to explore or things we don't like to explore. Obviously this is a one shot and most of this is a complete surprise to you, so we didn't do that, but that's a really cool thing that players at home can do. They also discuss how useful it can be to hold space for check-ins and taking breaks. And the last thing is this card. So this is essentially a shortcut way of saying, I hate this topic, I don't want to delve into this, it's not good for me to delve into this, and if you're finding it hard to articulate that at any given moment, I will put this down here, and you can just grab that card, hold it up, and that's just a really quick and easy way to be like, nope, not this, not today, and we will take a break in that moment, change tact, and explore something else instead.
Amazing.
I love that.
Ends my first monologue for today. I'm sure there will be many more, which means it's time to journey to the far reaches of the known galaxy, where everyone be gay and someone's been doing crime.
Gay and crime?
Oh yeah,
my two favorite things.
Those things
Wait,
never
wait,
go
wait.
together. What are you talking about?
Am I already in favor of the villainy?
Oh no!
You are. You all are. You have in fact been doing. No.
Be
Or have
crime,
you?
do gay.
Oh. So, it's not a normal day in your small rusty settlement on Delta Asterion. Intrigue abounds and rumours are circulating about the sudden disappearance of everyone's most beloved corrugated icon, the Big Papaya. It was taken in the night. Yeah, you heard me.
Just confirming, you are referring not to a person, but to an object.
A giant sculpture of a papaya?
A large
Beautiful.
papaya.
Big.
Real big.
Very good.
It was taken in the night, as if dragged off into the cosmos. The algae farmers deep in the rock caves on the outskirts trade theories as they mist crops far from where twin suns can steal away the moisture. The bartender polishing glasses in the Hobson Scotch, the go-to, by dint of being the only bar in Kemmendale, politely doesn't judge those stopping by to gossip and drink at a time some may consider too early. The children kicking up dust as they play, the courier delivering shipments from off-world, every maker, trader and buyer at the market, all keep glancing to the east, as if looking for whatever took the familiar of your small town and made it strange. The Council of Residents has gathered in the hall, and tempers are creeping closer to the surface as the debate about what to do next continues. There's a call to bring in the Crime and Reparation Corps from the central governance. There's also a call to do not that. What if the theft was the work of one of our own? Do we really need to make the problem that much bigger? There's also panic showing through raised voices and the concerted efforts of many to keep taking deep breaths. The Papaya Festival is on the full harvest moon on Saturday in 5 days' time. Such drama. That means we only have 5 days to get the papaya on back home or our celebrations. Our tourism industry is ruined. The arguments continue on with factions forming and decades-old neighbourly grudges coming to play. Outside rumours continue to grow. It seems everyone has their own ideas about who and why. But the only real clues that your town's papaya-shaped claim to fame ever even existed is the gaping hole in the red earth where it sat, the papaya-shaped hole in everyone's hearts, and the letter left in its place, addressed to you, Aurora.
Me?
To you. But before we get to see that, we need to meet you all. Would you like to describe how you may have started your day, and also where you were when you heard the news that the papaya had been taken? We'd like to start with Claire.
So I will be playing Tawny Strix, a trickster, and I'm basically like the old gay aunt of the town. I work in a garage. I'm the person that you come to when you need something done in a hurry or on the down low. Like, you know, I've been around the block.
You also definitely have some like weird mushrooms growing out the back.
There's a lot of things going on.
We've been at this for 5 minutes and there's drugs, guys.
Like mushrooms are just real good sources of like protein.
It's true.
Totally.
My apologies.
You know, some.
We're living in a space age border town.
Yeah,
gotta get those
it's
mycoproteins.
I've got
Playing for 5
my...
minutes and the GM brings up drugs.
Oh my
gosh.
But also, I'm the person who like no one knows the truth basically, because it's just like this person knows this thing which is the total opposite thing that this person knows. That's just the vibe.
Lots of rumors flying about
lots of rumors.
And how have you started your...
So I am probably hungover. I have my own little distillery that I probably make my mushrooms into some form of ethanol-based substance. Yeah, if you come to the garage, I will 100% offer you a glass of strangely coloured liquid.
And only fools know to take.
Yeah.
Sorry, does that concoction have a name?
I think I call it sunrust.
Cute.
Yeah. It's not nearly as good as moonshine.
Because it makes you feel rusty when the sun comes out.
That's a spectacular name. I was definitely expecting like a mush shine kind of deal.
Look, we went through a list of things. They were all bad, and that's what we landed on.
Sunrise.
So let's say it's a Monday morning and you're dragging yourself out of bed and someone is here to pick up something that you've been repairing for them. You work in a garage.
And I have misplaced it.
You've misplaced it.
Because of course I have. So I'm probably having a bit of a
Feeling rusty.
Like, I'll sorry mate, I'll get to it.
Stop
mate, talking so loud.
You're not the only one who's misplaced something today. The whole bloody town has lost its papaya.
What? The big fruit?
I love that you immediately took on my accent.
I'm going to go through a whole lot of voices because, hi, no one knows what my real voice sounds like.
That is a great way
Make
to
it
explain
canon.
that. Yeah, it's canon. Done.
See, I was over here just going to own the fact that like I don't know if I can pull off a voice right now.
You've not played with me before, Winter, but I will be Kiwi by the end of this
It
session.
always happens.
I'll hold you to that.
Thank you. Yeah, mate, they've up and gone in the night. Papaya's gone.
Who took it?
Dunno. But you know what I reckon? I reckon old mate Jono from down the road, he's thought of it as an eyesore for at least 3 years. I reckon it's him.
Bloody
Just a matter of
Jono.
time.
Nah, that'd just be like him. Yeah, all right. Well, sounds like that's been sorted then. We should just go talk to Jono.
Yeah, great.
Cool, done.
Poor Jono. All right. And
He's
Ebony.
in for it now.
All right.
Let's just blame everything on Jono.
Well, it's Jono's fault now.
I will be playing Aurora Belladonna. My playbook is The Spooky Witch, and Aurora works in the local bookstore. A little bit introverted, keeps to herself. Broke up with her last girlfriend like 3 years ago and hasn't really forayed back out into the field since. So probably gets most of her social interaction through customers, and then other than that, spends time working on herself and, dabbling a little bit in the unseen arts. Classic gay witch vibes.
Yeah.
We're really not trying to break the stereotype here. It's right. It's locked in.
There's astrology, there's tarot
There's
cards.
astrology, there's tarot cards. She's
Crystals out
got
at the full moon.
some sort of crocheted shawl on.
Amazing.
I think she probably has like very like long dark hair that's in various amounts of clips and pins or down, And on the morning of the disappearance, I'd say probably opened up the bookshop that morning.
Do you do that thing where like you're walking to work and that's normally where the Big Papaya is and you just don't even register
100% not. I'm probably reading.
I'm imagining some moment where you're like suddenly gasp like, oh my god, it's missing, and then it's like it's a page from the book.
A page from the book is gone.
Yeah.
100%.
Your book has fallen out.
100%. I'm
Tunnel vision.
tunnel vision on whatever mysterious mushroom I'm reading about at the moment.
I was curious, with your character getting into the unseen arts, is that a thing that people know about your character, or do people think it's just like an aesthetic vibe?
While I think the world is inherently magical and everyone in town accepts it as such.
At least a little bit.
At least a little bit. I'd say that I probably don't like talk about it with a lot of people, but I don't try and hide it in my vibe. So I think people probably make assumptions or guesses either one way or the other, in that 100% she's talking to ghosts, or like, she wishes she was talking to ghosts. Look how much she dresses like she talks to ghosts.
The true sexuality is talking to ghosts, wishing you talk to ghosts.
Yes.
Correct. So you read your book on your way past
Yeah.
where it would be.
Yeah, just like
complete tunnel vision.
walked up.
Open the shop, completely normal morning.
No one's coming this morning. It's
Oh.
been like very quiet,
Dead
I
quiet.
think.
But you haven't noticed because you're reading it.
'Cause
You're
I'm
like,
reading.
amazing. You just get
You're like, this is a great
uninterrupted.
Monday.
Yeah.
What a
Interrupted.
productive day.
Let's say you're reaching the cliffhanger of your book then, and the front door slams open, and one of your regulars, Miriam, comes stumbling in.
Hi, Miriam.
Have you heard?
What?
It's gone. It's just completely gone, and they don't know where it went. And you haven't heard anything about it at all?
Sorry. Just like 2 steps back. About what?
The papaya. The papaya's gone. Someone. They don't know who took the papaya. That
from
really big
the-
one.
The big, like the sculpture in town.
Yes, it's gone.
Like stolen.
Yeah, or abducted. I think abducted.
It was huge.
Aliens.
I mean, you can't, you're not supposed to say that.
Well, I just. Now I'm
Yes.
No, but like those, the capitalists from the other world. I think they came in and took it. I think they want to sell it.
What?
That
It
feels
was-
like the best explanation.
I mean, it was a sculpture made by an old woman like 50 years ago. I would
Valuable, historic.
To us, sure, but I don't. Well, I'm sure, it's probably just a prank by some kids or something, and they'll return it. Or, like, that fellow Jono was always complaining about it. And he graffitied it that one time.
Oh, yeah, definitely Jono then. I think it was Jono. I believe you. Yep. And she runs back out. She's gone.
Bye.
Wait, checking out the
hole in
the not a papaya.
Papaya. Yeah. And I just go back to reading my book.
Unconcerned.
Well, I'm like, well, that's definitely weird. But what can I do about it?
You're like, that's not my problem. End of game.
And that's a wrap, guys. Sorry we didn't get to meet your character.
Staying in your lane 101.
Unbothered, moisturized.
Alrighty, Winter.
My character is named Juno Hothseed, and I play the character archetype of the beast. Juno is a puppy, which is to say, Juno is an adult lesbian.
Yes, good.
Who is also vaguely werewolfish, in a toothsome kind of way. But yes, Juno does a lot of work about town as just like running odd jobs and zipping around helping out with assorted stuff, deliveries, little fixes. Cool. So Juno is still waking up also. Very scrappy and bedraggled, but that's not particularly new.
Standard fare.
Yep. So just like slept in her clothes, which are still covered in paint. Some of that paint she's aware of because she's just been doing lots of odd jobs as well as painting in her free time. But some of that paint is paint that she doesn't know is there because she is colorblind and it just blends well with the clothing.
She's covering a lot more paint than she
There's definitely more paint on her than she is aware of from having fallen into bed late after painting.
So if you're just rising out of bed, let's say you live fairly close to the center of town, there's a lot of hubbub on the street outside your window, and you just hear, "The papaya is gone!" And that is how you get the news.
I think I'm just going to assume at first that like, oh, they can't mean that papaya. Like, thing's massive. And with the papaya festival coming up, I'm just going to assume that it's
A different
It's
like
a
maybe some fruit, like at a fruit stall.
It's
or
a
something.
different papaya that they're talking about. Like
All
they
of the papayas they
were making a
pre-prepared.
salad
yeah.
and they've like misplaced the papaya that they
one-
got for that.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
had a big shipment of papaya and it turned too early
Yeah.
and then they had to throw it out.
Yeah.
It's gone bad.
The
So I'm
thing.
just like, do I know anyone who has some spare papaya at the moment that's not going to be bookmarked for the festival? No, I don't think I do. So I can't help that person.
And you roll over and go back to sleep. Great. Now that we have met all of our characters for today's adventure, we're going to take a moment to delve into another cool mechanic from Thirsty Sword Lesbians, the strings. Strings represent emotional influence over another person. This could be the affection of a friend or lover, or it could be blackmail material, end quote. Aside from a fun way to figure out how you all know each other, it's also a really cool way to really formalize your connections to each other, and it gives you the capacity to use
Influence, basically.
influence with the spring. We discussed this a little bit before the cameras were rolling, but just for all of our lovely viewers at home, that's you. A little wink. How lovely, viewers at home. Would we like to describe the relationships you nominated to have between each other?
So if you're doing like odd jobs and things, possibly you may have taken a shine to me at some point, or I may have taken a shine to you at some point, where it's like, yeah, I can show you how to like do this thing, or like, you know, yeah, if you're fixing that, you just need a, you know, I'm like, look at this youngin.
There's affection there.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Or even you feel like maybe like a mentor.
I mean, I think
that I would
want. I think I get the sense that you would want a mentor, and that actually is too close. I'm
Takes
like,
it back.
I think that Juno thinks Tawny is like the coolest, and also wants to be mentored, wants to be friends, wants to impress.
Cool.
reluctant mentor.
Would you like to give Tawny a string in a desperate attempt to please? So we're using these wax tokens. If you would all like to hold up some of your pretty
Little tiny tokens.
little tokens, we're using those to keep track of strings today.
So, like, everyone knows everyone in the town, but, like, you don't know me very well. You know of me. We've interacted.
It's a head nod in the street.
Yeah,
kind of
like,
relationship.
you know,
we're not hanging out.
At most, it's very likely that you had, on behalf of the bookshop, needed my assistance in some way, and it took me a real long time to do that job, and so you're a little bit like,
Yeah, but I think it's probably purely transactional.
Yeah, cool.
You bought books for me, and I've had things prepared by you, but in a
Not
very
really.
business.
You don't have to have strings. It's 0 to 2 strings.
Yeah.
So you can just leave that one alone.
However,
To your right here.
I think Juno and I have a sort of complex relationship, as we're probably part of the younger crowd of lesbians in the town that would, of course, all hang out together.
The thriving queer community of this small town.
Of this small town. It's a rust
Surprisingly
bucket
large.
town. Lesbians, they
gravitate.
towards it. Plus the Big Papaya, probably.
yeah.
Like a beacon in
Like
the
a
desert
beacon.
summons them. Now more lesbians cannot arrive in this town. They won't know where to go.
Yeah. No.
However, that was before I split up with Emerald Emmy, my ex-partner, probably about 3 years ago. And so
That's fresh.
it's fresh for a gay woman.
I mean, you see her around.
It's a very small
It's a
town.
small town,
And
yeah.
it wasn't like hostile, which is the worst kind of breakup for a lesbian, because then you're definitely like still friends. But I also now can't go anywhere that you might be. So
What?
but I think because you joined the friend group a little bit later, and like kind of right after I split up with Emerald and you were getting a little bit closer, I think that you're Emerald's new partner.
Which I don't know that you think that.
Yeah.
And we're not.
But I'm like,
Spoilers.
this hot young, 20-something, like, little powerhouse. Wow,
Puppy
so
person.
fun and cute. Like, and I was probably moody and, introverted. And I was like, of course Emerald wants to be with her. It makes total sense. So I think you probably think that we're still just, like, regular friends. And I'm there like, hey, how's it going? How's Emerald? And you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, hell yeah.
Real good. Yeah. So
So-
we hung out just the other day. It was great.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Where I'm at is just like you seem a bit distant, but also like weirdly interested in what's going on. And so I'm like, oh, this is someone who's trying to be friends. And so like I'm trying to
Be friends.
I'm trying to return that vibe.
Yep. And I'm just trying to like not be the weird ex-girlfriend and like still try and be like normal and friendly, because it's fine that we split up and it was better, but I'm still kind of sad about it.
So would you say
I probably have a string on Juno,
just as a basic friendship thing? I suspect Juno might have 2 on you just because of their unknown capacity,
their
to
regular
completely
friendship,
devastate you,
and then capacity to be.
And there are 3 of you, which means I, as the Gaymaster, have 3 generic strings I can use via NPCs to attempt to influence you as well, which will definitely come up at some point. The Council of Residents chooses not to bring in other authorities and instead begins an ad hoc investigation of their own. They read the letter, and after gleaning not enough information from it, they send a representative, Veldrin, to find Aurora. For the second time this morning, you hear your front door slam open.
Hi, let me know if I can help you with anything.
You absolutely can.
What are
Take
you looking
this.
for? Oh.
Take this and read it.
Okay.
It's to you, and it was found at the scene of the crime.
Aurora, I'm glad I finally managed to catch your attention. I'd hoped I wouldn't have to resort to such extreme measures, but here we are. I assume you've noticed that the Big Papaya isn't where it's supposed to be. Don't worry, it's safe. I know how much it means to you. Does the papaya mean a lot to me?
Whoever sent that letter certainly thinks it does.
I made arrangements for it to be taken to the dark side of Noyenion. Noyenion? Yeah, sure. Meet me there on Thursday after moonfall. You have something I want. Please don't be late. I'd hate for the festival to have to go ahead without its centerpiece. Oh, and come alone, obviously. I don't know anyone named Obviously.
Don't play smart with me. I know you know who sent that letter. And you're going to tell me.
I really don't.
Oh, we're pretending not to. Well,
Not pretending.
that's
I'm
fine.
just trying to give you all the facts of the situation, which is I don't know who this is from. I know.
well, if you're not admitting to anything, we'll just have to take this further. Unless you can go and fetch the papaya and bring it back before the festival. If you bring it back in time, we won't press charges against you.
I didn't do anything.
You are clearly involved in its disappearance.
But not by choice.
You are refusing to cooperate with his investigation.
I'm not
You are
refusing.
not telling us who sent you this. I don't understand why you're not willing to help. The Papaya Festival is holding
I didn't
this
say
town
that
together.
I'll go get it.
Good.
Thursday, when's that? Oh, well, what? That's fine. I should be able to get someone to cover my shifts at the shop.
Would we know how far away Noyenion is?
Is that the planet?
You could space Google it. You could spoogle it. This is not Noyenion.
Oh.
Noyenion is
Somewhere else.
somewhere
it's off-world.
else.
I suppose the only thing is that I don't really have, the budget for Interstellar at the moment.
That's quite all right. Arrangements are being made
Oh.
for
that's
transport.
Good, then. I'll just talk to Gabriel about getting my shifts covered and,
Wonderful. You leave at noon and
Oh.
you will retrieve the papaya. You will be back in time for the Papaya Festival and everything will go as it needs to. Good. Yes. And they leave.
Seems healthy.
Right?
I don't... In Noyenion.
You do not know anyone from Noyen.
No.
Just to be clear.
Yeah. And I go, all right, and I
Go and call Gabriel.
And I go and call Gabriel to explain to them the situation.
Great. And then the front door to your shop bursts open.
Hello. What's going on here?
Tawny, You are being summoned by the town to perform a public service. Good morning. You are the only person in town with a hauler of a sizable size that would have the capacity to transport the Big Papaya.
Oh, I thought Jono took it.
Jono?
Didn't Jono take it? I thought Jono took it. That was what...
No. There's been a ransom note. The papaya has been taken across the galaxy.
Are you sure we haven't checked Jono's backyard? I reckon Jono did it.
If it will make you feel better, I will be right back. They burst back in. Nope, absolutely not. Jono does not have the capacity to store such a large object in that horrifyingly overgrown backyard.
Fair enough. Sure he doesn't know where it is?
This public servant has excellent cardiovascular health.
They are driven by stress. Jono knows nothing.
No. Bugger.
But we have evidence that the Big Papaya has been taken to Noyenion. And you are the only person with the vehicle powerful enough, strong enough to bring it home.
Oh, all right then. What's the pay like?
I wouldn't say there's pay per se. More just perhaps I scratch your back, you scratch my back.
I can scratch my back pretty well, actually.
I
That's a
pretend
good scratch right there.
not to You know, I've been thinking for some time that I recognized you from
I got one of those faces.
from back on Masman, was it? You're wearing a helmet then though, so it was hard to see.
Yeah, I imagine it would be pretty hard to place.
Good eyesight though, and a fantastic memory, but it would just be so very helpful. And I
do really like helping. Don't I? That's what I am well known for in this town.
Aren't you just?
Aren't I just?
In this exchange, we'll also use one of my NPC strings. You can mark 1 XP if you agree to take this mission. And I will use up this as my shameless abuse of my connection to you.
I'm really so interested to know whether that's like dark knowledge or if it's just the existence of knowledge about you is
Any knowledge whatsoever.
Anything that gets close to accurate is
Unacceptable.
completely
You
unacceptable.
murdered someone who knew you liked oranges.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a one shot, if you mark 3 XP within a session, you get to essentially level up and add a new move from your playbook.
Oh, sick.
Heck yeah.
You also gain / mark XP if you roll terribly. So there is a good side to rolling poorly.
You learn and grow.
Yeah, basically, we learn from our failures.
And our suffering.
Um,
Anyway.
Yeah, great. So glad you're willing to help. You are a blessing to this town. We're so happy to have you there.
That's what they do say about me.
Yes, they do. They say a lot of things about you, but there's some things they don't say. And isn't that wonderful? You leave at midday. Be on the launch pad.
Alrighty then. Yeah, see you at the launch pad then.
just a normal conversation.
Totally fine and okay.
I think I will probably try and go find Emerald.
Okay.
To be like, hey, I got this letter. Is there anyone that like you can think of? I don't know where they might currently be.
You got a letter?
Yeah.
And who was the letter from?
Well, I don't know. It's not signed.
You got... Oh.
Like a mystery here. I like give it to them to read.
I don't need to.
No,
So if you're getting...
no, it's not like that.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I'm trying to remember if we know anyone on Noyenion. Just read the letter. It's about the papaya.
I don't... Do I want to see secret letters about a papaya?
Oh my god. But can you remember anyone we met from Noyenion?
No, that's quite a distance from here.
Yeah.
We've not hung out from anyone, unless there's someone you've hung out with.
I haven't been
that
hanging
you-
out with anyone. If I don't know if you like
No one. Like, I've been hanging out with some people, but like,
I know that you have been hanging out with people. I'm aware.
I'm dying.
And that's
but
fine.
like not.
Like you're total it's seriously
didn't
no
mean
it's
to,
so
like,
I
I
actually
didn't
don't
wanna-
need to know. It's all good.
Then why did you come here?
Because I was just like if you would just read the letter,
You would give me the letter.
Can I just like randomly ask, is Emerald still your like best contact on like your medical forms and things?
oh god, probably.
You just never got around to updating them.
So you see,
What do you have that they want?
I don't know. Like am I supposed to bring something? Like I don't really have anything valuable.
This seems really messy and like a lot of drama and a lot of just really reinforces some of the reasons that we've had for not doing this.
This is not
anymore.
This wasn't. Was just saying if it sparked any memories for not.
I can't be the person you...
Yeah, no, you can't. No, you actually can't. So give me my letter, and I'm going now.
I do hope you're happy though.
And I think I like, just like turn around and I like slam the door. And where are we? Where do you think? Maybe we're
Your local coffee shop.
like the coffee shop or something.
Yes.
And like everyone's there
Does Emerald
hanging
work
out.
as the barista?
Absolutely.
Oh my god! So, and we're
You
literally,
haven't
like,
drunk coffee in 3
standing
years.
over the. Are you there?
I'm at work right now. Yes, I think maybe I'm
You've rolled out. You've made your way.
I'm pulling up it out front.
Yeah. As I like storm out of the coffee shop, like, oh, why did I do that? That was so bad.
And I'm just like, hi! Just like not reading the room at all.
Well, Juno. Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Um.
Haven't seen you around here in a while.
Yeah. I've been with the bookshop. It's been really busy. I've been very consumed with the bookshop.
Yeah, well, it's nice to see you out and about. Getting a bit of those beans.
Definitely full of beans. Actually, I've gotta go on a trip. Someone is like targeting me.
Wait, what?
Like with the papaya. I don't really understand. It's
Like the papaya.
It was stolen last night, and apparently it's my fault.
Just going to like press my face against the window and just be like, damn.
So, and I got this letter, and now I'm apparently responsible for the retrieval of said papaya, and I don't really know if I'm like in a situation that I could do like interstellar travel right now. And I came to talk to Emerald. You don't need to know about
Aurora.
that.
I didn't know that the papaya meant so much to you.
It doesn't.
Can I? But
I don't know why this is. I'm being targeted. I don't know anyone.
I'm gonna grab Aurora's shoulders and just be like, hey, just take a breath. It's gonna be okay.
It sounds like you are attempting to offer emotional support. I probably also should have, in that last interaction,
Inflicted with some damage.
some emotional wounds, yes. It seems like you would either be feeling insecure or helpless, but you can choose whichever.
Probably insecure.
If you'd like to mark that condition. Thank you, Emerald, for that conversation.
Cheers. You bitch.
And now in your chat with Juno, sounds like Juno is attempting to offer emotional support. So roll your 2d6, add your heart or spirit modifier, up to you, to that roll and see what happens.
That's gonna be a 3.
Heck.
We're off to a good start.
So let's mark 1 experience for that as a starter.
Yep.
So on less than a 6, it's called a downbeat in this game. That doesn't mean you necessarily fail at offering emotional support. It just means it's more complicated than that. So
Isn't it always?
Isn't it just?
That seems appropriate.
feels right.
Yeah.
So
Juno, I understand that you're trying to help right now, but I think just maybe you're not the best person in this situation to be, trying to be my friend.
Juno like jumps back and kind of like freezes up a little bit and it's like,
Like, I'm sure that you're very good for Emerald, and whatever you guys have going on, I'm sure is great and healthy, but, like, there's still, like, a lot of stuff there. And, like, I don't, that is totally, anyways, a totally separate other situation, and I don't really need to go to that right now. I just need to get this freaking papaya back.
Do you want? Can I help?
Do you want to go on an interstellar trip to get a giant metal fruit?
she
I
said
want
sarcastically.
to go on an interstellar trip to get a giant metal fruit?
I thought you'd never.
Now it's a party.
Delicious.
Well, gotta be there by Thursday, so we leave in like
Like an hour.
an hour. So
Well, I'll see you soon then, and then I sprint off before you can say any more.
see you soon. I guess I go pack my shit in a small panic.
You sure do.
And like I kind of like look around my belongings, and I'm like, valuable, I don't know. I like take a couple of like my more valuable tomes. I'm like, a very specific, flower that I worked really hard. Like, I'm like, I don't like anything that I feel could be what they want from me.
So you're packing your things.
My hauler wasn't in exactly interstellar ready to go kind of condition, so I've just been very quickly putting some like duct tape and
Space duct
patching bits up, and that should be good.
She'll be right.
Yeah.
Might. Marvelous. So you're all making your preparations. You're throwing some stuff in a bag too, I guess.
Yeah, just like
Snacks.
You like look at the clothes that you're wearing, and you go,
I pull out an identical pair of equally like
paint-stained
clothes and throw them in. Maybe just like some, really just assorted bits and pieces that really couldn't be considered any particular plan. Probably like some string.
oh, of course, my sword.
Yes.
I can't forget my
Everyone's
sword.
Everyone's sword.
Yeah.
Everyone with their swords. Because we all have swords.
We all have swords. Great. So you all rock up to the landing platform at
like-
about midday.
Yeah.
you see Veldrin pacing back and forth, occasionally taking phone calls or comm calls, I suppose. In this
Space phone calls.
Phone calls.
Occasionally taking phone calls.
Oh, that ruined me.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Canon. So Veldrin's on the phone. No. Yes, you're welcome.
Oh, yep. We're serious people who do serious things.
I'm like, no. I don't know exactly who took it, but there's definitely. But we've got the people semi-responsible, and they are on their way to fetch it. It will be back in time. Don't worry. And they hang up, and then they take another phone call. And like, no, it's all under control. Hang up, and it's just that on repeat. And then they see you all arrive, and they see your hauler. They're like, you, Tawny, you said you were ready. It doesn't look ready.
Are you doubting my ability to get a vehicle off-world?
So Veldrin looks over at the kind of space ute situation. The spoot, if you will.
I won't.
And it's like panels with rusty edges held together with duct tape. And they're like, yes, I am doubting. I doubt greatly. Do you not understand the severity of the situation?
I understand that there's a big old fruit missing, and you need my help to go find it. Let me tell you, I found some missing fruits in my time. Yes. And this here beauty, yeah, she'll get us there and back. Trust that.
Alright. Well, just make sure it's done in Veldrin.
What are they gonna do? Get the other hauler?
I know, right?
I'm just like standing on the landing, like.
So, you got roped into this as well. You know anything about this big old fruit?
Apparently it's very important to me.
Huh. You didn't strike me the type, but, look,
I just kind of.
people can... Oh.
I'm
Huh.
gonna
Are you sure?
bound in whilst you're reading and just be like, Tawny!
Juno. Oh, hey,
Oh,
buddy?
Yeah,
Yep. Nice to see you again. So this is to you. You know someone named Obviously?
No, I don't know someone named, obviously.
Huh.
Why?
Oh well. So we got to be there by Thursday. Oh, that's going to be tight. I guess we can. Yep. 2 of you in the. I reckon I've got seatbelts for all of you. Okay. Well, should we make?
This is the.
Oh yeah, this is my hauler. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
so choice, right?
You. Hey.
Hi.
You're like bags already in the truck. And I'm like,
we ready to go?
You're already sitting inside.
you're
Just like,
you're
Yeah.
you're here.
yeah, don't even stress. We're gonna get that papaya back. It's gonna be okay.
Okay.
And with that, you all head on board the hauler into the front cabin.
I can't get the image of just like a Toyota Ute
I
out
just-
of my head.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Space. The spoot.
You hear the comms crackle in the front cabin of the spoot, and it's just Veldrin saying, "All clear to take off. Be on your way."
Well, all right. Let's give this a go then. And I'm gonna get into my pilot seat, and I'm gonna try to turn the engine on, and it makes that noise.
It makes that noise.
It makes that noise.
Is there anything in particular you do while turning on?
Let's see about the stats of my little fun spoot. Well, it's manual. We love manual. Right. I gotta put it into gear. Sorry, it's just been a while since I... Okay. So, we've got a couple of bits and pieces here. I don't need to roll just to fly, though.
I am, in fact, going to make you
Roll to fly.
roll to fly this nightmare contraption.
Amazing.
For those playing at home, I have created a little bit of a one-pager for the hauler. It has conditions in much the same ways that players do. It can't really take emotional conditions, but it can take damage.
Well, Croaky can take emotional
Croaky,
conditions.
who we
haven't met
negotiated 5 minutes before we started today, that's fine, can take emotional conditions, so maybe we'll add another extra box that is emotional conditions for Croaky.
Amazing.
Stats on the fly, let's go. But yes, because of the state of your hauler, I'm going to make you roll. Let's say either plus daring, or which is skill at arms or forcefulness, or plus wit, which is cleverness and knowledge. You can choose which of those you would like to.
It's going to be a wit.
Great. Roll to be witty with the spoot.
Oh, yeah, I reckon that'll be
Ooh.
not too bad. That's a 12.
Magic. So that is a great success.
So there's the moment of me like turning and making the noise, and everyone's like, oh no. And then I'm like, oh, you just gotta. And then I give it a bang on the, and then suddenly the engine is into gear.
Magical. Because you rolled so highly, I'm going to give you a +1 for your next
Amazing.
roll. Because there are no mechanics for this section. We're making them up.
Hell yeah.
That's
I'm
what
the best.
roleplay's for.
Yes, taking a game and approximately playing it. For those watching at home, if you're checking the rules, call me out. Have fun. Go nuts. So, as you start to rise through the atmosphere, shudders move through the hauler. First, gentle vibrations underfoot, but soon they grow until your bodies shake with the ship. On the starboard screen, you can catch one last glimpse of the fissure scored into the earth, disappearing into the heat haze on the horizon. And then your ship jolts sideways, dropping a few meters before starting to rise again.
Croaky, mate, could you maybe just concentrate a little bit more? That'd be nice. Thanks, mate.
What was
Are
that?
we? Yeah, are we familiar with?
No, probably not. Oh, that's Croaky. That's sort of heart and soul of this little ship nugget.
Yes, it's wild. It's the engine just sounded so
start with
much
that
like a. No, it's fine. Yeah.
Oh, you know, Croaky's a bit of this, bit of that, but you know, makes it
Out of a pipe, a giant moist eyeball squeezes out, followed by another, followed by like a wide green face and like a big grin. Womp.
Oh.
that's Croaky.
Croaky licks its own eyeball.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just letting me do this? Great.
Get weirder.
It's
Croaky licks other things. Nope,
Croaky
different
licks
game.
your eyeball.
You love me, mate, but we've got a job to do. So we've got to get to Noyanion, which
The
is...
ship jolts sideways again.
Croaky, mate, can you just... I think I got some flies in the back for you. Give me a minute. And I now leave the ship pilot seat, and I'm just...
Oh, that is a strong choice.
Oh, is it?
No, carry on. Off you go.
There's
it
like
must also be flown manually, which suits Tawny well.
Nope. Tawny has left. And the
Tawny's-
ship starts to fall.
I just go and
I
go to the
I'm
other
like-
side of the thing, and I grab there's a jar of flies in a cabinet, and then
Can I grab
come
the
back
pull
and
up thing? The pull up stick?
So these two things are happening at the same time. You are off grabbing flies, fetching those. That's fine. While that is happening, Ebony has grabbed the helm. That beautiful +1 has gone to waste.
And just from like a, I've been around some stuff before. I'm like, just hollering incoherent suggestions like, oh, what if you press the wait, the foot levers? Are you pressing?
oh, look at you go! You're a natural at this. And then I'm gonna casually take.
Before you do, Ebony, can you please roll 2d6? Yeah, that's
That's a 4.
great.
As I'm saying, you're a natural at this.
You think, I want to go forward, so you push it forward, which just makes the ship start to
See
fall,
what you've done there.
and you hear a thunk from somewhere in
Yeah, that makes sense.
under the panel.
It thunks. Is it supposed to thunk?
It is not supposed to thunk.
Classic ship thunk.
Can you please roll one of your dice? That is the... I'm going to stack that on... Claire has rolled a 1. So the first condition that the first in the list condition that the ship can take is further damage to the manual controls. It had already started with damage to the manual controls. So cool. That will be doubled.
So -4 to steering and brakes. I feel safe.
Cool.
I'm sure that won't come up.
Won't be relevant at all. And Tawny
Is taken the
has taken the helm
helm back
again.
And is given it a bit of a
A jiggle.
jiggle, a jaggle, all sorts of iggle names.
Marvelous. And you manage to regain some control of the ship and start to ascend again. Now,
Wonkier this time.
now, Delta Isterion is part of a system colloquially named the Twin System. In addition to there being twin suns, Delta also has a twin planet, Gamma, which follows a mirroring orbit. And if Delta is community, Gamma is capitalism at its worst. With no permanent residence, it functions solely as a mining planet, with workers staying for a season before returning to their homeworlds. As they dig, debris is flung into space, creating a loose ring around the planet. It just so happens that Delta and Gamma have just passed each other in the system, meaning that the chaotic cloud of refuse is directly in your path. You hear first thunks of occasional small rocks hitting the hauler before you notice that much larger rocks are directly in front of you.
We love that.
Oh no.
How do we all feel in this moment?
I'm stressed.
You stressed?
I'm stressed.
Quite stressed?
I'm quite stressed.
You know what that means.
Oh no.
You're stressed.
Oh no. Is that frightened?
Yeah. That feels right. Is anyone else
I feel like
concerned in this moment?
I'm assuming that Tawny has this.
Okay.
Nice.
Your blind faith protects you in this moment. Great.
Just like maybe a little like jazzed that I get to, like, I'm assuming that whatever's about to happen is going to be tight as hell.
We love this. Please remember, as Ebony becomes more and more not okay, that there are ways to clear those emotional conditions. They are both listed next to it / underneath.
Yes.
And it can also be done through emotional support from your friends and brethren on this adventure. You can ask for help if you need it, or it can be offered. Up to you.
Yeah.
Cool. Rocks ahead. Would you like to attempt to maneuver this ship?
One moment. I will be handing my jar of flies over to you. And Aurora, would you be able to maybe just go hang out with Croaky for a bit? Like some flies. Maybe just give him a good pat on the head. And I'm just gonna. I'm sitting down in my seat and I'm getting a little bit more of a concentrated face on, and I'm gonna put my seatbelt on.
Ooh, very nice. Safety first.
All right, let's see what we got. And I will be maneuvering in some capacity.
Talk me through what you're trying to do.
So I've got incoming little bits and bobs, and it's like they're like ding 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 ding, but I'm seeing like there's a big one kind of coming up, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start like pulling up, and I want to press a button.
Okay.
And I want in that button for there to be like wheels that come down from the bottom of my spoot. And I want to like drive over it.
I love this. This is magical.
You know, lesbians love a 4-wheel drive.
Boy, do they.
I feel like this is kind of a little bit defied disaster.
Ooh, it is, yes. You are attempting to do some steering though.
Mm-hmm.
So I am still going to apply those negs to this roll, but your ingenuity shines through. That's your +1 from before.
So I need to sacrifice something. This is going to be a bumpy ride, and I didn't necessarily tie my bottles of sunrust down.
Oh, okay.
So
Your
they
entire
might
supply of sunrust
they might not
is on the line.
They might not go
Survive.
so well out in the back. So yeah.
All right. I'm so ready for this. Oh, beautiful.
What are you adding?
I
You
use
can
wit.
either add wit. Yep.
So that would be a total of 6. However, we've got a now -4 to manual controls, but then a +1, so it's a 3.
Yikes.
Absolutely beautiful. Would you like to mark 1 experience?
Oh, I'm getting so much experience on it.
Yikes.
So you do all of those things. The wheels pop out. The ship veers up slightly, but then down a bit as well, and then maybe a bit sideways. And as the steering attempts to function despite significant damage at this point, the throwing around of your ship is marked by smashing happening in the back, in the cargo hold.
Also, just a thought: if you wanted a little something else to lose,
I love this.
I don't think that Juno had considered that it might not go smoothly, and is now like, oh gosh, who is Tawny? Like,
You're losing your faith.
yeah,
in
I'm a
Tawny.
little bit. I'm a little bit uncertain.
Ooh.
So you do lose your entire supply with that roll.
Oh yeah, that's
Yep.
that's real annoying.
But because the wheels are out, and it is a round object coming towards you, kind of doesn't matter which way you go, as long as you like clear the nose, you can drive over the asteroid through
Amazing.
space.
That's what I wanted to do. And I did it.
Congratulations.
Great success.
Heading onwards. As you attempt to keep flying, though, boy, is it rough. Your ship needs some love so badly, and Croaky sticks the head out once more and just gives you like a wow.
Oh, Croaky, mate, I know.
Please,
I know.
mother. Mother, please.
Oh, Croaky, mate. Okay. Have we cleared the asteroid field?
You have
And now
cleared
we're just kind of going through empty space.
empty space. No immediate
Amazing.
hazards. But you're just like, whoomp, whoomp,
Ah,
like all over the
Alrighty.
place.
I might need a. It sounded like something's a bit loose, and I was kind of just in the middle of, doing a bit of an upgrade when this all happened. So, it's not in the best shape. But Juno, could you go in the cargo bay? There should be a toolbox, and I think if I just have a little squiz it in here, maybe I can make sure it's not doing those thunks anymore.
Of course, Tawny. And I nip down and just like scoop up every tool that I can.
Yep.
Amazing.
And like arms full, come back like I didn't know which one so I.
Oh, the
Just-
sprongy one is
sprung
the
out, and
the-
so I just kind of like they're spilling out of my arms. And they all just kind of like tumble, and so I'm like now filtering through them on the ground.
Mother, please.
Like this springy one.
Oh no, that's the clockwise. I need the anti-clockwise, the Widdershins one.
Mother, help.
I'm getting there, Croaky. Don't worry. Have you been feeding him the flies? He really likes the flies.
He has been getting little fly snacks.
He likes it. A bit of enrichment is rather than just giving it to him, just like chuck it a little bit close to his face so he can, do the tongue thing.
Okay, got it. Now what?
Amazing. Just hand me that,
Oh,
and
okay,
I'll
okay.
thank you. And then I'm now underneath the little panel, and I'm
Yep.
giving it a whirl.
Having a tinker.
Having a little tinker. So
You discover What did we call it?
That was the manual controls that had the thunk.
The
photon
photon
flux
flux
stabilizer.
Yes.
So, yep. Shall I do a little wit?
You can.
That's now a 9.
A 9. That's actually quite good. So, that is a mixed beat. So, while tinkering around with the photon flux stabilizer,
Which I realised that I actually had taken out because the old one had been busted.
yes,
And so I'm like looking up at the space where that should be, which is why the thunk happened. And I'm just like, yep, see the problem here. I forgot I needed to go to Space Bunnings. That again, I was in the middle of doing an upgrade. This is kind of not super convenient for me. So yeah, I guess we'll have to make a little pit stop because kind of need the photon flux stabilizer. That's why that little funk happened before. Anyway, Croaky, could you spoogle where the closest Spunnings is?
Croaky gets to work doing that. We'll resolve that role first, though. While tinkering around, you're pretty good at improvised repairs. This is something that's come up a lot in your life. So while you definitely do need to replace that part quite imminently, I will allow you to kind of jerry-rig a temporary solution for the time being, and I will allow you to remove one of those.
Amazing.
Great. Mother, it lays ahead. Help me. And Croaky pulls up your
Navigation system.
And you see a little dotted line kind of heading off into the distance towards Noyenion, assuming that's there somewhere. And just like a small detour to Spunning.
Okay, let's do this.
I would like to commune with the unseen.
Maybe it'll be fine.
Hun, most of the time no one knows what we're doing.
Oh no.
Yes, we need help.
I wouldn't say we need help.
Yes,
so
we
much.
need help.
Making it worse is an option.
I'm assuming that whatever's about to happen is going to be tight as hell.
We love this.
On to Neonion. Neon.